When people talk about the secret place, many people have a very Old Testament understanding of the secret place. They think of somewhere you can hide in the house. And say, I have my closet. They think that's where I should hide. They still carry the mindset of a people in the Old Testament where the presence was situated at a certain address. And it was covered with a tabernacle, with a sanctuary. A tent, sorry. And they had the Holy of Holies. And then they had the holy place. And then they had the outer court. And the priest went in every year into the Holy of Holies. So they know that that's where the Ark of the Covenant is. The presence is there. That's the secret place. It's a situated address. Somewhere. So the satisfaction is, I think I'm going to go a few days and just go to the mountain with some of my friends. And then they go to the mountain. And then they seek. And then they say, I'll explain the wisdom of going to the mountain and the wisdom and the deception of going to the mountain. It's twofold. So with that understanding, they think that because they've changed an address and left their home and gone to a mountain, they think that at that particular point, they are going to connect to God deeper. So Jesus finds a woman at the well and says, you know, a time will come where you shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem shall you worship the Father. That as consecrated as Jerusalem is, it shall not be the address a man shall have to go to connect to me. A time shall come when they that worship me shall worship me in spirit and in truth. Truth. What is the truth? I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Nobody gets to the Father except by me. That if a man understands my person and know that I am the Lord over that house, the secret place shifted from a physical address and entered the man. That is why some of us, you might not find us on the mountain. If you find me on the mountain, it is because my daughters were screaming a lot. Not because I feel that is the place I will see God. A time shall come where neither this mountain nor Jerusalem. Do you know how holy Jerusalem is? How consecrated Jerusalem is in the mind of the Christian? God says, even as Jerusalem is consecrated, it shall not be sufficient enough to define the deepest dimension of my presence. Because now it's not on an address, it's in an individual. He says, now Jesus is Lord over the house as a son, and we are his house. Now, let's go back. When you go back to Psalm 36, where we started from, he says, they shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of his house. Paul says he no longer dwells in houses built by human hands. So you shall be abundantly satisfied by drawing from your inner experiences. Marante ketelepa. In the book of John chapter 7, Gospel of John chapter 7, verses 37, at the Feast of Tabernacles. It's amazing, it was a Feast of Tabernacles. Who gets it? He tells them that now, amplified, on the final and most important day of the feast, Jesus stood and cried in a loud voice. He says, if any man is thirsty, let him come to me and drink. He who believes in me, who cleaves to and trusts in me and relies on me, as the scriptures have said, from the innermost being they shall flow. From the innermost being they shall flow. From the innermost being they shall flow continuously springs and rivers of living water. And he says, but he was speaking here of the Spirit, whom those who believe in him were afterward to receive, for the Holy Spirit had not yet been given, because Jesus was not yet glorified. He says, this is the end of this, that a man from the innermost being of themselves will flow. The overflow comes from the innermost being. So if you have not learned how to draw from within, you'll never flow. I think it was Taylor's Bond who said it, that we no longer pray for power from on high. We no longer call fire from heaven. He says we call fire from within. In fact, one of the signs of the Antichrist is he shall call fire from heaven. Mature people have understood me. One of the signs of the false prophet is he will call things from without, things that are designed for the children of God to call from within. Why would he call from out? Because he didn't carry it from within. Do you know what it means to have a consistent, continuous flow of rivers? Rivers, not a river. Rivers of living water, not a river. Rivers, plural, of living water. Rivers, plural, rivers. An endless flow. That as long as you're still in the body, even after you leave the body, the expressions of your action will always flow to bless even those who never knew in the flesh. That is why Paul wrote these things hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but you can still open the book of Paul, a letter, not a psalm, just a letter written by Paul, and it can take cancer out of your body. You can read a psalm and it can heal your disease. You can read Isaiah and it can restore your business. These guys, there's up till now, they're still flowing. There's something on them that expresses some relevance, even when they're long gone. Whatever will stay when you're gone comes from within you. I feel the Spirit of God stir the creative faculties for men to give the world things that have never been seen before. To give the world experiences that have never been had before.